From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed. Prime Minister Mark Carney is promising one of the busiest returns of Parliament in Canadian history.
Our government has been elected to do nothing less than define a new economic and security relationship with the United States and build, and there's a lot of ands in what I'm about to say, and build the strongest economy that works for everyone. Canadians also want their life to become more affordable. They want their communities safer.
Carney made the comments in a speech intended to rally his Liberal caucus, saying his government's immediate focus will be on affordability measures such as quickly passing the tax cut he promised during the election when Parliament resumes on Monday. At today's Liberal caucus meeting in Ottawa, the party voted against adopting a formal process to eject their leader should the need arise. The Conservatives also met hours before Parliament's return, with Pierre Poilievre signaling that the Liberals might have some Conservative support when it comes to resolving Canada's trade war with the United States.
I've already told the Prime Minister that we are happy to cooperate any way we can to bring about an end to this unnecessary dispute and restore not just our sovereignty, but also tariff-free access to the most successful international trading arrangement in the world.
Poilievre says the Conservatives owe it to Canadians who supported them in the last election to fight for change in the legislature. The union representing 55,000 Canada Post workers says talks with its employer are expected to resume over the next few days.
A spokesperson for the Postal Service says today's meeting will be the first of the weekend with a mediator on hand to work with the parties. It comes a few days after Canada Post presented its latest offers to the union, which included a pay hike and plans to roll out a fleet of part-time workers. While the Canadian Union of Postal Workers has yet to offer a formal response to the proposals, its request for a 2-week truce to consider the deal was rejected by the employer. Canada Post has warned of delays in mail service after the union issued a national ban on workers taking overtime late Thursday, stopping short of a full strike. Lisa Laporte, The Canadian Press.
The union says its employer could now take a few days to respond to its most recent response to the latest offer. And Lilo & Stitch beat out Tom Cruise's IMF team at the box office this weekend. Disney's live-action version of Lilo & Stitch earned a staggering $145.5 million in North American theaters, marking the second biggest domestic opening of the year after a Minecraft movie. While Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning was a distant second domestically, the eighth and probably last appearance of Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt was the top global earner with $127 million. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, a 2-run home run in the first inning was all the Tampa Bay Rays would need as they cruised to a 13-0 stomping of the Toronto Blue Jays. Next, Kevin Gausman starts tomorrow night in Texas. The Ottawa Rapid FC drew 1-1 against the Montreal Roses FC in the Northern Super League. The Indiana Pacers will be aiming to grab a 3-0 commanding lead in the NBA's best-of-7 Eastern Conference Finals when they host the New York Knicks later tonight. The Montreal Alliance will host the Ottawa Blackjacks in the Canadian Elite Basketball League's first-ever 5-on-5 outdoor professional basketball game tonight at the IGA Stadium. The game tips off at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Quebec government has named Montreal Canadiens goal scorer Maurice Richard a historic figure. The legend of the player known as the Rocket is seen as a catalyst for the Quiet Revolution and dominated the NHL beginning in the 1940s when he became the first player to score 50 goals in 50 games. From the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.